Hello friends, NASA's deep space exploration rocket built by Boeing briefly ignited all four engines of its behemoth core stage for the first time on Saturday, cutting short a crucial test to advance a years delayed US government program to return humans to the moon in the next few years. Mounted in a test facility at NASA's Stennis Space Center in Mississippi, the Space Launch System's 212-foot tall core stage roared to life at 4:27 p.m. local time, 3:57 a.m. IST, for just over a minute, well short of the roughly 4 minutes engineers needed to stay on track for the rocket's first launch in November this year. Today was a good day, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine said at the press conference after the test, adding, "We got lots of data that we are going to be able to sort through to determine if a do-over is needed and whether November 2021 debut launch date is still possible." The engine test, last leg of NASA's nearly year-long Green Run test campaign, was a vital step for the space agency and its top SLS contractor, Boeing, before a debut unmanned launch later this year under NASA's Artemis program. The Trump administration's push to return US astronauts to the moon by 2024. It was unclear whether Boeing and NASA would have to repeat the test, a prospect that could push the debut launch in 2022. NASA's SLS program manager John Honeycutt, cautioning the data review from the test is ongoing, told reporters the turnaround time for another hot fire test could be roughly 1 month. To simulate internal conditions of a real liftoff, the rocket's four Aerojet Rocketdyne RS-25 engines ignited for roughly 1 minute and 15 seconds, generating 1.6 million pounds of thrust and consuming 7 lakh gallons of propellants on NASA's largest test stand, a massive facility towering 35 stories tall. The expandable Super Heavy Lift SLS is 3 years behind schedule and nearly $3 billion, roughly Rs 22,000 crores over budget. Critics have long urged for NASA to retire the rocket's shuttle era core technologies, which have launch costs of $1 billion, roughly Rs 7,300 crores or more, in favor of newer commercial alternatives that promise lower costs. By comparison, it costs a little as $90 million to fly the massive but less powerful Falcon Heavy rocket designed and manufactured by Elon Musk's SpaceX, $350 million, roughly 2,600 crores per launch for United Launch Alliance's legacy Delta IV Heavy, while newer, more reusable rockets from both companies, SpaceX's Starship and United Launch Alliance's Vulcan, promise heavier lift capacity than the Falcon Heavy or Delta IV Heavy, potentially at lower cost. SLS backers urge it would take 2 or more launches on those rockets to launch what the SLS could carry in a single mission. Reuters reported in October that President-elect Joe Biden's space advisors aim to delay Trump's 2024 goal, casting fresh doubts on the long-term fate of SLS, just as SpaceX and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin scramble to bring rival new heavy lift capacity to market. NASA and Boeing engineers have stayed on a 10th month schedule for the Green Run despite having significant adversity this year. Boeing's SLS manager John Shannon told reporters this week, citing fired tropical storms and a hurricane that hit Stennis, as well as a 3-month closure after some engineers tested positive for the coronavirus in March. Thank you.